Let's put our hands together for the one and only Rockstar Automotive co-creator, Matt Koenig.
Thanks so much, brother. I appreciate you. You guys, if you're planning on having a good day today, say aye. Oh, I'm planning on y'all having a good day too. But here's the thing. How many of you would consider yourself in sales? If you would, say me. So if we consider ourselves in sales, though, in order to be good at sales, we have to sell to who? People, right? If you believe that, say yes. So in order to sell to people, we've got to meet people. Would that be fair to say? So how many of you would consider yourself good at meeting people? If you would, say aye. Is it comfortable always? Yes or no? Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get comfortable because I'm a firm believer in order to sell something, we have to have someone to sell something to. In order to get good at doing that, we've got to get good at meeting people. So we're going to have a little fun today, but the fun's going to come with some prizes. So in May of this year, we're doing a sales trainer showdown right here in Las Vegas. We're gathering the best of the best in the country in this industry to go head to head right here to win over your business. Now we'll see how many of those sales trainers are as bold as Anthony Alagona and are willing to actually step up and do that. But in order to win that prize, we're going to have a little fun to start this session out with. Everybody stand up. Wherever you're at, stand up. Whether you're a speaker, whether you're attending, just stand up. And here's what we're going to do. I'm going to set a timer like this. Watch. Hey, Siri, set timer for 3 minutes. You've got 3 minutes to run around the room, shake hands, and take a selfie with as many people as you can. Introduce yourself, take a picture together, and then here's what we're going to do. At the end of the day today, and afterwards I'll tell you what to do, but at the end of the day today, we're going to check who uploaded the most of those, and the top 5 people are going to win 2 tickets to come back to that battle in May. Each of those is an $800 ticket. You're going to win it for $0 for you and a guest. So the timer started, so go make some new friends and take some pictures together. All right, everybody, make your way back to your seats, would you please? Thank you so much for participating in that, by the way. Really appreciate every one of you doing that. I know it gets a little weird, a little awkward when you got to go meet new people, but that's what we're going to dig into today. And give me just a second because I want to make sure that the music doesn't just continually kick in on you guys. All right. Who thinks they got the most pictures? Say aye. Good. That's a lot of people. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you to do. Using your notepad and your phone, or if you got a pen and a piece of paper, what I want you to do is write down that hashtag, RACV3. That hashtag is what you're going to use when you upload all of these later to Facebook and or Instagram. What we're going to do at the end of the night, when those of you are going, yes, Vegas, and you're out partying, we're going to count pictures with hashtags so that tomorrow we can let you know who uploaded the most photos with that hashtag. And the top 5 folks who do that are going to get 2 tickets each to come back in May and join us, where it'll be the best of the best on this stage. And holy cow, there's going to be a lot of people here. What's up, Sean? Good to see you back there. So listen, was it a little bit awkward just running around meeting weird random people? Yes or no? Good. Now here's the thing though. Me, a third party, said to you, go run out and chase strangers so that you can connect with them. And the reason I had you guys do that is because a lot of times right now in our business, in the automotive industry, we're chasing people. That's how we get business. How many of you have ever done the referral prospecting thing or were taught this? When you sell a car to somebody, hey, who else do you know that's in the market for a vehicle? If you've ever said that to someone, say aye. How many of you have ever done my favorite one, which I was taught also, which is basically shaming people into it, which is, my best customers always give me 3 to 5 people that I can reach out to in case they're looking for a car in the future. If you've ever done that, you know what? I don't want you to say aye. See, we've been taught so long that if we want new business, we've got to chase it. But let me ask you this. If someone's chasing you, what do? Right? If you all would run from someone chasing you, say aye. Right? We either run or we fight. And neither of those are conducive for selling. True or false? So what I want to talk to you today about is not how to chase more people. Because I feel like we do that a lot. How many of you guys go live on Facebook? If you do, say me. Now, here's the thing. We see a lot of folks going live on Facebook. So maybe you've been somebody who for the last year, 10 years, 5 years, 20 years, maybe you've been chasing people the way that we've always been taught since the 80s and 90s. And you've been doing the referral script and the referral call and the guilting people. And oh my God, the only way I make a living is to sell cars, please. And everybody you know to me. Maybe that's what you've been doing, but you haven't been getting the results you want. Maybe you've been going live on Facebook like all the gurus taught you. Like all you got to do is go live. Go live with Matt today at 4. If you just do that and spend a bunch of money on a gimbal or a selfie stick and a really good quality phone and some really nice microphones, then you'll sell more cars. Maybe you've done that and you realize you're not selling more cars. Maybe you're just doing a whole lot more Facebook Live videos. And maybe it's helped build your confidence though, because you're not somebody that likes to get on camera. And if so, that's cool. Or maybe it's taking up an hour or 2 hours of your day every single day and you're getting no return. And now maybe your confidence is like, oh, shoot, I've been doing all these lives and it did build my confidence, but now I'm not getting any more business. So now maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe you're going, I'd love to do videos to attract people, but I don't even know what to do a video about. Let alone finally feel brave enough to get in front of the camera. How many of you would like it if customers were attracted to you instead? If you would, say aye. Man, well, half of you sound like you mean it, and the other half are like, shit, I hope so. If you'd rather have people come to you than have to chase them down, say aye. I would too, and that's what I want to talk to you about today. Everybody say attraction. What do you think about when you hear the word attraction? Did you just say your wife? Good, that's good, right? Listen, a lot of times there are words that we don't use in the auto industry a lot. We don't use the word love, God forbid. We don't talk about attraction because we think all those things must mean something way more fun, but not auto related. And they do. But what we're going to talk about today is attraction like a magnet. Everybody say magnet. Now, there are brilliant marketing people outside the automotive industry. How many of you would agree that in our industry in automotive, we tend to run behind other retail? Would you agree with that? Yes or no? A lot of the strategies that we're starting to implement are so far behind that by the time we get good at it, Amazon and everybody else has already moved on to the next way to attract customers. Now, what I want to share with you is a way that you can attract customers without having to run after them and without having to be live on Facebook to do it. How many of you are comfortable doing live video? Show of hands real quick. Okay, look around the room. Keep your hands up, but look around the room. Here's the crazy thing. The majority of people are not. I mean, I do it a lot, but it doesn't mean I'm comfortable. Every time I watch it, I'm like, I know I told myself I was going to go to the gym today, but I felt like going live was a better idea. And now I realize that was a bad idea because I didn't go to the gym today. Here's the thing. What I want to teach you guys today, what I want to walk you through today is how to attract customers without having to embarrass yourself, without having to go live, and only step outside of your comfort zone a little. But the good news is you can always go back and edit it. So if you got something to write with, I want to encourage you to get it out. The first thing I want to share with you guys or encourage you guys with is this. Have you ever gone to Google and searched for like how to blank, how to cook pumpkin bread, how to make keto meals? I'm eating keto. I'm just like obsessed with searching for food shit. Have you ever searched Google to try and figure out how to do something? If you have, say aye. Now, let me ask you this. Do you believe that customers look on Google for how to do stuff in their car? Yes or no? Like, how do I program the Bluetooth in my new Ford Edge? How does this stupid sync system work? Why did Cadillac even create the Q system when it's such a piece of shit and it never connects to my phone ever? You may not do that, but with my ELR, I've Googled so many things, like how to cause the battery to catch fire so my insurance will pay the car off. Do that in an incognito window if you are an owner of a Cadillac ELR. You'll get a lot of things to sell you stuff for your ELR that you are unhappy that you bought. Here's the thing. Everybody Googles for how to do something. But let me ask you this. When you're in the automotive industry, the majority of the videos that are being made, what are they about? Yeah, but what about a car? What are we asking somebody to do when they see a video? Yeah. Sunday, super sale. We brought in 32 strangers in a giant tent with 800 fucking balloons. Bring your friends, your family, eat a hot dog, win a grill. We're going to jam you in a car that you'll never get out of and fuck up your credit in the whole process. Right? I mean, that's what we do. We even have a wavy arm guy. But we don't say it in the commercial. We just use all that excitement and enthusiasm to say one thing. We're desperate, buy our stuff. That's what our commercials scream at people. And the problem is all we're doing is creating noise upon noise upon noise. And then other people do commercials and they say, look, we're the dealer that'll treat you right. We're nice. We won't pressure you. We'll help you find the car you want at the price you can afford. How many of you believe that there's a customer sitting at home and they're going, finally a good car dealer? If you actually believe somebody's at home and they're just like, I'm blessed. This is real life, finally. If you think that people fall for that shit, say aye. Thank you so much for that. Dan, I know you do, but everybody else doesn't. See, here's the thing. Everything we're doing has nothing to do with the customer. If I say we're the nicest dealer out there, maybe I am. Maybe I'm telling the truth. But the problem is the perception of our industry good or bad? Yeah, do they trust you or not? If they trust you, say yes. Okay, good. So we all know where we stand, yet we continue to repeat the same behaviors that don't attract people, but they actually push them away. Let me ask you guys this, though. Who likes free stuff? If you do, say me. I like free stuff. Let me ask you this. Who likes free stuff if it's actually valuable? Say I. There's the difference, right? Because when we say to somebody, come on in and get a free hot dog. You know what? It's $1 for a pack of shitty hot dogs. And I know that's what you bought at the dealership. I feel like I could get 8 of them for $1 at home and still feel just as horrible about my life after eating them. And I don't have to deal with a car salesperson, right? So if we're going to give somebody something free, it should be valuable. True or false? So I'm going to give you right now something you can give people free, and that's called information. What do you sell, Clinton? Awesome. Let me ask you guys this. Used cars. If somebody goes out and buys a used car, true or false, they won't know how everything works. True or false? Okay, so let's say I buy a 2014 Honda Accord, and I have a question. What am I more likely to do? Google how to do it or call my car salesman? What do y'all believe? Google or car salesperson? Most folks will, right? They're going to look for themselves before they have to interact with another human being because God forbid, because they're scary. People are scary. So here's the thing. The first tip I want to give you today to attract people is start giving them free things that are valuable. How many of you are at a new car dealership? Show of hands. Okay. Good news is this works for new or used. Every vehicle you have, no matter what year it is, y'all do know that Google owns YouTube. Yes or no? Now, years ago, we used to try and game the system, record YouTube videos, hope they'd show up first in search because Google would prioritize video. Now, Google has stacked things differently, right? You've got your local spot. You've got the content that's got all the addresses and stuff. You've got 8 million ads. You won't show up above the fold. It's always ads. But now they've started prioritizing video back into that in the upper half of the SERP, as long as it's valuable content. And if you're looking to get in the answer box, I'm sure Dan and some others can dig deeper in this, and Chris Hill can tomorrow. But Google's also at the answer box, which is a place that when somebody asks a question like, hey, how do I change the tire on a 2014 Cadillac ELR, it should yield an answer that says, hey, dummy, there's no spare tire. Didn't you see the Fix-A-Flat in there? Because for 75 grand, Cadillac thought, hey, let's not put another $1,200 wheel in. Let's just make more money on that. It's not exactly how the answer spells out, but that's how it feels when I read it. But here's the cool thing you can do. So everybody say video, but it doesn't have to be live. You can actually go out and record videos. Now, I would recommend this. Everybody say 5. I would recommend you record at least just 5 videos per vehicle. And in your video, this is important to write down, in your video's title, year, make, model, and what you're teaching them. I would say how to connect to the Bluetooth on your 2014 Honda Accord. And then in the description, you actually talk about what you're talking about in the video. This isn't rocket science. But did you know that right now, if you do that and you start building videos, let's just say, how long does it take to shoot a 60-second video? Thank you. It's 60 seconds. So if you shoot 5 of those, that is 5 minutes of your day. Now, how long is your work day at the dealership? If you're being honest, how many hours are you sitting there? 9, 10, 12, bell to bell. If you got a GM that just hates human beings, like, I'm going to overwork you till you die and work for my competitor, right? So you might be in the dealership 9 hours a day, but how many hours, if we're being honest, how many hours are spent in front of a customer or actually talking to one out of those 9? Just be honest. Shout it out. 4, what else? Like, I'm here with my boss. I don't want to say it out loud. Most people say between 3 and 5. So in a 9-hour day, about 3 to 5 hours, and I think that's probably generous, but we'll just go with that number, is spent either talking to a human being on the phone or working deals and being in front of them in person. And if it's 3 to 5 hours, it's mostly because when you get one customer, you might be with them an hour and then F&I is going to be with them for 4 more. So it's like yesterday I spent 5 hours with customers because I was sitting outside the box waiting for them to come out. Here's the thing. If you just pick one car a day and you get 5 different how-to videos that you shoot from your cell phone and upload to your YouTube channel, not Facebook, because you want this to be evergreen content that will be searchable and visible. Put it on YouTube. Just do one a day. You're going to have 5 how-to videos. Now, how many days a week do y'all work in this business? You work 6. So if you did one a day, that's 6 cars a month times 5 videos. That's 30 videos every single week. Now, I'm not a math major, but with 52 weeks in a year times 30 videos, how many videos can you put out? Say that again. Anthony Santangelo is a math major, 1,560 videos. Let me ask you this. If you have, what's your name? Jamie, if you have 1,560 videos on YouTube teaching people how to do different stuff on the products you have, and Clinton has 0, if I Google, who do I have a better chance of seeing? Yeah, I'm going to have a chance to see her. But let me ask you this, true or false? Just because there's a video that you made, that does not prove they will come to you. True or false? Right? They may see your video and they may go, well, that is really nice that Jamie made a video, but I don't really care. Now I know how to change a tire. That's not going to sell me a car. True or false, Luke? I just know that my ELR uses Fix-A-Flat, but I have not got a reason to come do business with you. So there are a couple key elements to doing these videos that you must do if you want this to translate from I'm just everybody's freebie to I'm everybody's freebie that they then want to spend money with. Have any of you ever seen an ad or something on Facebook that said, hey, free report on blank, or like download this free thing for how to, clean your own gutter systems. And then all of a sudden you get in an email marketing list and text messages, stuff like that. Have you ever seen that? If you've ever run into something like that, say aye. And sometimes it gets a little exhausting, right? You're like, oh man, if you're going to email me 5 times a day, I would have never downloaded your free report that had no info anyway, right? But here's the kicker. You've got to be able to communicate 3 things to people. So write these down. Who you are, where you work, and what you do. This part is the only thing from the 80s and 70s that still is true. If they don't know who you are, where you work, and what you do, can they buy a car from you? Yes or no? So they've got to know that. But here's how a video could sound. Hey, this is Matt, and today I'm going to show you how to change the tire on the 2014 Cadillac ELR that you made the mistake of buying. Let me show you. And I walk them over, and I pop the trunk, and I lift up the tray, and I go, this is Fix-A-Flat. There is no spare. Good news for you is you've got OnStar, so let me show you what you do when you've got a flat tire, and then get in the car and show them where the OnStar button is and make a call. And I say, now, when you bought the car, maybe your salesperson didn't show you this, but here's the cool thing. All you got to do is call OnStar. They'll send out roadside assistance. It's taken care of. But if it's not too bad of a tear, let me show you what to do with this. Show them how the Fix-A-Flat works and say, look, if you have questions or you just don't know exactly how to attach this to your tire, let me tell you how to get a hold of me. Give me a call. I'll be happy to help. My number is this. My email address is this. You can call or text. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time for more videos on your Cadillac ELR. Now, what I've done is shown someone how to do something free, but did you catch the thing I threw in there that I told them to do? What did I offer up to them? Say it again. Yeah. Now, I use this stupid changing of tires as an example, but having trouble programming your Bluetooth on your 2019 Toyota Camry, having a hard time understanding how to adjust the sensor setting, on the Camry that always turns off your cruise control when you get too close to somebody. Let me show you how to adjust that. Boom, boom, boom. It's a 30 to 60 second video. Listen, if you're having trouble programming it, I'm always happy to help. My name's Matt. You can find me at Finley Kia in Las Vegas, Nevada. Here's my phone number. Call or text me anytime or stop in. I'd be happy to help. By the way, if you're looking for a vehicle, always stop in the dealership, ask for Matt. Just end your videos saying, if you need more help, I'm the only guy at the dealership that will help you. I'm the only person in the dealership that'll help you. I'm the only lady in the dealership that will help you with this. Hey, if you want to know how to program this, I'm the guy at the dealership that helps. Make sure you come in and ask specifically for me. I'll come out and program it for you. Now, true or false, you could get 50 people a month showing up to help you program their Bluetooth. True or false, it could happen, right? Wow, wouldn't that suck? If 50 people came in and it took you 3 seconds and now you started building a relationship with someone because you just met them, shook hands, got their name, and they went, wow, Jamie is so nice. Man, I've never met somebody at a dealership that did something for me other than ask for my money. And now she just came out and programmed my Bluetooth for no reason. And then you could say, hey, here's my card. Or would it be okay, if I stay in touch with you? Maybe down the road when you guys are looking for a vehicle. We own 22 stores. Love to help if I can. What's the worst thing they could say? Well, before you met them, they were saying no anyway because they didn't know who you were, though, right? So true or false, that's one thing we could do. Now, let me ask you this. How much does it cost for you to do that? How many dollars? Yeah, $0 and 0 cents. And you know what else it doesn't take? It doesn't require you going live on Facebook. Now, I'm not knocking Facebook Live, but I'm going to clarify something for everybody. I love going on live on Facebook. I had the privilege and honor of being on Frank Loeb's show the other night. Thank you for that. It was so great. Go live with Frank. I love that. What I do have a problem with is car salespeople going live and talking about either nothing, like, hey, it's Tuesday, we're live, walking around the car dealership, and now it looks like there's a shitload of engagement because there's 40, 50, 60, 70 people watching, and they're all liking in their hearts, and, oh, you're killing it, bro, from the other car salesmen. And then, there's 1,000 more hearts, and, oh, dude, that was such a great tip from another car. They're sitting there talking about shit to other car salespeople. No customers are watching your videos. Now, there's that one guy out there that's going to go, bro, I sold a car on Facebook Live. Good. Congratulations, bro. In the 20,000 franchise dealerships, 42,000 independent dealerships, each employing 8 to 10 salespeople, no one gives a fuck about your one deal, except you. So congratulations. Keep spending 40 hours a week doing live videos to sell one car in your lifetime. Or you could spend 30 minutes a week, create evergreen content that will live for the next 20 years. And when your new cars are used cars, guess what? All those videos are still relevant because you didn't say new Honda Accord, you said 2014 or 2019 or 2018. I'm not knocking Facebook Live for the good things that it has. Engaging with your friends, engaging with your family. If you didn't go out and become part of hey, Clinton and I are going to start a club called the Cool Guys That Sell Cars Club, whatever. And we're going to go recruit 100 friends, and we're all going to teach each other to do live videos. And the downside is now that all of us are liking each other's videos. And you know what that doesn't do? Engage with the consumer. Now, I want to give you another tip about Facebook. So write this down. Everybody say pages. How many of you have a Facebook page? Say aye. Now, how many of you personally, as a person in the dealership, have your own Facebook page? Say aye. Okay, that's okay. I want to encourage you with this. Having a Facebook page is not a bad thing, but before you go spend time creating one, know this. No one's ever going to see it if you don't spend money to get them to see it. That's just a reality. It's just how it works. Other thing I want to ask you is, how many of you have a whole bunch of car salespeople as your friends on Facebook? If you do, say aye. Good. There's only a few of you in the room, and then one of you is a vendor too, or a sales trainer, so it's okay. I want to encourage you this. If you're going to do videos and live stuff like that, don't go add a whole bunch of car salespeople and encourage them to be your friends so they can watch your videos because they're going to be useless to you. It's the same thing if you go create a Facebook page for your dealership. Don't ask all the employees to like the page. Now, that's probably contrary to what a lot of folks will say. But the reality is when you're pushing something out from the page, who do you want to see it? Other car people or customers? Yeah. Now, everybody say magnet. I'm going to give you some ideas for lead magnets that you can use to get people in your dealership for free. You can use these whether you share it via video, social media, print ads, or digital ads. I asked a question earlier. I'm going to ask again. How many of you like free things that deliver value? If you do, say aye. How many of you have ever owned a house? Say aye. How many of you have ever had an appraisal done on your home? Say me. How much does an appraisal cost on your home? Somebody just shout them out. $500, $600. How many of you guys do appraisals at your dealership? If you do, say us. You three do appraisals. Do you guys not have used cars? Do you buy them? Okay, you do. If you do appraisals at your dealership, say I. How much do they cost? Well, wait. If I bring my car and I just want to know what it's worth, you're not going to charge me anything? Of course not, because we've always given away free appraisals. True or false? But let me ask you this. How many customers walk into your dealership going, hey, I was just looking for an appraisal on my vehicle? Like very rare, right? If it ever happens. Now let me ask you this. Second to a home, what's the next biggest purchase in someone's entire life? Say that again like you actually care about what you sell. If after buying a home, the next biggest investment that someone makes is a car, if they pay hundreds of dollars to have someone say, this is what your home is worth, the good news is people already see value in an appraisal. But let me ask you a question before I tell you this tip. Why don't people come to you to find out what their car is worth? Why are they going to Kelley Blue Book and all the places that tell them it's worth way more than it really is? Say again? And they're what? Yeah, they're afraid, right? They're afraid of you. They don't trust you. Let me ask, how many used car managers in the room? Just out of curiosity, used car. Okay, good. This might not tick off too many people then. Quick question. If you walked into the used car office and said, hey, I need an appraisal on this car, what's the first question they're going to ask you? Yeah. What are they looking at? They looking to trade it in? They buying one? What's going on? Oh, nothing, man. They want to know what it's worth if we want to buy it. If I want to buy cars, I go to the auction. I know. That's where you buy all the ones nobody else wanted. I get it. But we've got a really nice 3-year-old one that somebody wants to know what it's worth. Problem is, we've gotten into this mindset that an appraisal only happens if somebody wants to buy a car. But guess what? There are people every day right now that would like to get out of their cars. True or false? Companies like Auto Alert and things like that help you equity mine to see who's in a trade position right now that you could be trading out. There are companies out there that do equity mine, data mine that can show you this person's in a good position. We could use this vehicle. Its value is X. So why not just put it out there to the public and do it in a strategic way and give them something free? Everybody say free. Why not run ads on Facebook, run ads on Google that say, don't go to blank to get a value for your car. Find out what it's really worth and what we'll write a check for at Finley Kia. Right? Stop into Finley Kia today. We'll tell you exactly what your car's worth, and we've got our checkbook ready to write a check. We don't care if you buy a car. We need some. What if you were to offer up a service to people like telling them the value of their car? Looking to sell your used car on Facebook Marketplace? Stop into Finley Kia. We'll tell you exactly what you should sell it for, and we'll tell you what we'll buy it for on the spot. What's the downside to offering that? Is there any? Now, when people come in, do you think they will have already looked up their car on KBB and things like that? Yes or no? And they're going to come in and you're going to show them, here's what we'll buy for, and they'll be like, oh my God, that's horrible. So is that where you should start? Yes or no? No, you should start with showing them what they can sell it for, because that's what you're telling them and that's what your service is. Listen, to sell more product, do we need more relationships? Yes or no? We've got to talk to more people. Well, to get more people, we've got to start doing stuff differently. The only thing we can do differently right now, according to every commercial, is see who can battle to the cheapest payment. And I'm not saying that you can't do that. I'm just saying, would you rather, who's going to pay you more? Someone who likes you or someone who's a stranger? Jeffrey Gitomer said this: all things being equal, people would rather do business with friends. All things not being equal, people would rather do business with friends. You're never going to be their friend if you're hoping the tent sale full of gunslingers from out of town is going to build a relationship. All it's going to do is build a relationship with the store down the street, because you're going to jam them into something. Well, you're not, but the people you paid a bunch of money to are going to jam them into something they can't get out of. And you may say, well, we don't do those at our dealership, and thank God, I appreciate that you don't. But you're never going to build a relationship with, we're the cheapest, come get a car from us, we out cheap everybody. I don't know about you guys, but I say most, because there's some really good as seen on TV stuff. I'm a little bit addicted, like to the New Wave induction cooker. That thing is fire. Just saying, with a copper pan, no stick, it's so good for cooking. But most cheap stuff is garbage. So people don't buy into cheap, but if they see something of immense value being offered for free, then they may come to you. So why don't you become the dealership that is the home of this? Hey, we know not everybody wants to sell their car to the dealership. So here at ABC Motors, we offer a free service. You can bring your car in. We'll walk around the car, do a 22-point inspection, and we'll give you all the information you need to be able to get the most value when you sell your car, whether you're selling it on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, or to a friend, whatever. And what if they come in and you actually do what you say? You have a little checklist that's 22 points. You walk around, you check their tire depth, you show them all the burns on the seats. And how many of you ever went through Grant Cardone's training years ago? Do you guys remember the pre-appraisal that he used to do back in the day? Where you'd walk through and you'd say, okay, cool. Walk around the car, yada, yada, yada. You mark all the things and not the little, like stuff we were talking in the 80s, like, oh, let me devalue your car by rubbing a spot and acting like the whole fender's falling off. I mean, where you walk around and when you touch something and they go, oh yeah, it's a cigarette burn. My stupid friend tried to smoke in my car and I smacked it out of their face and they burned a hole in my seat. And it's like, don't worry. You know what? We can fix those cigarette burns. They only cost about $70 each, whatever. And you count them and you write them down. And you touch a door ding and you're like, those aren't a big deal. We can press them out for like $50 each. Then when you go and you get retail value, you get wholesale value, you do the whole thing with the customer, you can say to them, so here's the good news. If I were you and this was my car and I were selling it on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, here's what we say you should be asking for it. If it were in perfect condition, here are the things you got to take off for. Ding, 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 ding. Here, I just ran a search. Here's some comparables to yours. So based on that, you're probably going to have to, go to here. And let me ask you this. If somebody came with cash, what would you be asking for? And then, well, you know what? What are you going to do when you sell it? By the way, here's all of that. What are you going to do when you sell this one? Do you have another one that you guys are driving, or are you guys going to be in the market for a new one? Now, can I have that conversation if they're never here? How hard is that? How many of you would rather be doing that all day than sitting there waiting for someone to walk in? I'd rather have a line of people going, what's my car worth? And maybe the guy, the what's your car worth guy, all day long. Because if 1 out of 50 buy a car from me, that's one more. And instead of having downtime sitting there doing nothing, I'm building relationships, I'm making friends. And guess what? Now when Jamie decides she's in the market for a car, down the road, she might go, you know what? Over at ABC Motors, that Matt dude did an appraisal on my vehicle, gave me all the info and didn't push me to try and do anything. When I said, no, I'm not buying a car right now or anything, I've got an extra one. He was like, cool, well, here's the value. If you're going to sell it, this is what it's worth. By the way, my used car manager said, if you want to sell it to us, here's what we would buy it for, because we got to do service and reconditioning, whatever. But so if you don't sell it, this is what we got. How many of you believe that if you just gave something like that to another human being, that they would like you better than the other car salesperson? If you do, say aye. See, here's the thing. There's a lot more, and we could go into different ideas that you could do to build love and relationship with people. We could do this for 4 days. But the reality is, the 2 things I just threw out there today, how many of you are doing that right now? Reaching out to old customers and everybody, offering a free appraisal and telling them, hey, we might be interested in buying your car, no strings attached, just like Las Vegas. How many of you are doing that right now? Boom. 1. Great job, by the way. 2. Sorry. 2. Great job, by the way. How many of you guys are making evergreen video content right now? 1. And by the way, 2. And neither of them are in the dealership right now. So this is stuff you could do. Let me ask you this, true or false? If you went back to the dealership, could you go out and shoot a 1-minute video right from your cell phone and upload it to YouTube? Could you? If you could, say aye. How many of you believe that you have an opportunity to do better than you're doing right now? If you do, say me. So here are just 2 things. And like I said, we could go on for days, but we've got 15 other people that are going to give you information that will help you sell more product and make more money at your dealerships. I want to encourage you, when you get back to your dealerships Monday night or Tuesday morning, the first thing I want to encourage you to do is sit down, maybe even do it tonight from your hotel room, make a list of 5 areas, and I'm going to give you some tips here. Area number 1, when you're on the vehicle and your how-to videos, show them how to check fluids. Most people do not know how to do that at all on a newer car. So area number 1, show them how to check fluids. Area number 2, and this sounds so silly, do a video on the check engine light being on and show them that most of the time you have to check the gas cap and let the car power cycle 5 times to see if their light will go off. A check engine light, hey, is your check engine light on, but your car's running perfectly? This might be why. Area number 3, show them how to change a tire. Area number 4, show them how the radio works. Area number 5, show them how to connect the Bluetooth. Now, those are just 5, but you know what you sell, and you know if there are unique things to those cars that are just weird. Do videos on those. You're not limited to only 5, but if you were to do this on every new car you have, what cars do you guys sell at the dealership? Kias. And how many different Kia models are there? 13 models. If you took 1 week and every day just did 2 or 3 cars you would have all of your new cars done for the model year in a week. And now you'd have a ton of evergreen content. Go back to your dealerships. First thing, start shooting those videos, upload them as evergreen content. And then here's the last piece of the puzzle. You've got to get people to know that your content is out there. Good news is with YouTube and with putting those videos, they will organically show up in search. Now's where you want to take all of those videos that you created on YouTube and now share them publicly on your other social media networks. Share them on Facebook as public content. Share them on Twitter, even though nobody likes Twitter. Twitter still has a lot of value when it comes to search and power out there. So it's boring other than watching like tweets between the president and other people. But other than that, Twitter's just like, meh, whatever. It's Twitter. Nobody cares anymore. But Google still cares about Twitter. So share your videos from YouTube on all the other social media networks so you can start getting the eyeballs you want. The best thing you could do, start looking for ways to use those videos as pre-roll. As a sales professional or a manager, take some of the good quality, good content videos, create them as pre-roll for anything to do with the manufacturer's videos. Kia's doing something cool. Hey, before you watch this cool video on the new Kia Stinger, let me show you how you can actually connect your Bluetooth once you buy one. Here we go. And you got your video. And guess what? If they check out of it after 4 seconds, you still got a free video rolling with your branding and everything else on it. Does that make sense? If it does, say yes. Listen, I want you guys to be able to take the next step in this industry and stop having to wait for people to come to you and start figuring out, or stop having to chase people and start figuring out ways to attract them to you. And I'm confident if you just go back and do these two things, offer up a free, valuable service to your clients and take that as homework, figure out what it is. If it's not the appraisals, and create some of these videos, it'll open up a whole bunch of new doors for you. Thank you guys so much for your time today. I appreciate it. Let's bring Frank back on the stage.